Hello, I'm Natalia Wagemans. I'm talking from the Nestle Nutrition Institute workshop on nutritional challenges in children. We had two brilliant presentations during the morning session on pediatric nutrition challenges and how to address them. The first presentation was given by a chairperson, Dr. Lynette Neufeld, and she was explaining us the different challenges in nutrition intake in the world. The biggest challenges, of course, it's stunting, wasting, and overweight. And the numbers are really impressive. 151 million stunted children, 51 wasted, and 38 overweight. And when you look at the stunting, majority of them are coming from sub-Saharan African countries and South Asian region. While when you're talking about overweight, it's spread around the world, but very, I would say, fast growth in Eastern Europe and Central Asia. Of course, Mexico and Central and South America also contributing very well to the overweight in children below 5 years. What is about micronutrient deficiencies? It's spread around the world with a big concentration in South Asian region, in Sub-Saharan African, Southeast region. And there was some positive changes in the past 20-25 years, but still a lot to do. However, if you are talking about the rate of breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding, it showed quite a good positive effect. From 7% exclusive breastfeeding in '96, it moved up to 39% in 2006, and you can imagine how much work has been done before. But still, there is a room for improvement. What still needs to be very much enhanced, it's the maternal nutrition, because if you look at the iron deficiency in mothers in South Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa, there were no improvement in the past 20-25 years. The second presentation has been prepared by Professor Peggy Bentley, but presented by Professor Usha Ramakrishna. And in that presentation, we actually were talking about when everything begins, what children have to eat, when and how after transition from the exclusive breastfeeding to complementary feeding. Usha showed us the situation around the world, what is the percentage of introduction to the complementary feeding and at what age. She showed us politics, WHO and UNICEF recommendations on infant and young children feeding, where it's clear mentioned that breastfeeding is a key priority, should start in the first hour after birth, should continue exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months, and at least 1 year and up to 2 years should continue with adequate complementary feeding. But the most challenging is the complementary feeding, not only what children get, also how frequent they get meals, what is the diversity of these meals, and this definitely contribute to the growth and health and long-term health of children. Some time Usha dedicated to discuss about the parenting style, because parenting style depends a lot how parents they talk to a child during the meal. It should be enjoyable time for both, for parents and for child. And sometimes we know that when child doesn't eat well, we a little bit press him. And this authoritative style, it's not the best solution for a child, because by forcing child to eat more, we force him to consume more energy. And even if child has to pick up with some growth, this feeding style remains the same. And those children are very prompt to increase weight and go to overweight and obesity. The most acceptable style and the most probably the best style to feed children is responsive. When parents are watching what child wants and they react on his signals and they give him exactly the amount child needs to for the growth and development. The most important that the food should be appropriate for the age of child. You can learn much more if you go and look these videos on demand, which will be available on the Nestle Nutrition Institute website. But still, we are waiting for you to come back after our small break and continue to see presentations on the food composition and safety of some micronutrients and how to balance that. See you soon.